Welcome to another beacon demonstration video. Today we'll be looking at the Android PDT's transfer out function, available only for sites that are part of a MSO, multi-site operator, where you have a head office with branches all using the beacon system. Please note this won't work for standalone sites, so if your site just has a back office and a point of sale with no beacon head office, this function will not be available. This is a video in a series of videos covering the Android PDT. So to do a stock transfer, the first thing you need to make sure is you've performed a synchronization on the PDT. Go check out our video on how to synchronize the PDT. Once you've performed your synchronization, the first thing you want to do on the PDT device itself is go to the module that's called transfer out. So we tap on that. And the first thing it does, it comes up with the branch that you'd like to send this to, so the destination. So I can tap on it with my finger, and you can see I've got three options to go for there. So I'm going to actually pick the Camberwell option there. That's my destination it's going to. And then I press confirm underneath that. Now it takes me to the section that says code, and I can either search for it by pressing the button, or if you have a barcode there in front of you, like the item here, I can press either the button on the front of the PDT, or I can press the trigger if you have one of those models. So we take the item and we scan it like so. And it does come up on the screen and says how many units. Now I also have the ability to tap on the cartons field instead, and I can say I want to transfer 2 cartons of this, for example. So I tap on 2. Okay, it comes up like that, and then I can press that little green tick in the bottom corner there to confirm 48 units in total there. Alright, so 2 buttons come up down the bottom there. One says add and one says summary. Now I want to add another one on, so I press add, and it takes me back to the screen to let me scan another. So I'm going to grab my next item, scan, and I'm going to scan it. Okay, again it takes me to the units field. I actually have the ability to type in units as well, so I don't have to always do cartons. I can just say I want to transfer 5 single units. Okay, and same thing, I'm going to go to the bottom corner there. There's a little button that says transfer, same thing, just press on that and that'll accept the field there. Now once again, I've got 2 buttons to pick from there. I can go ahead and press summary, or I can press sync to PDT. The summary just brings up a prompt on the screen to show you what items you've scanned so far. I'm going to go ahead and synchronize it. Okay, so once the PDT has completed the synchronize, we're done with the PDT. You can always give it to one of the staff, or you can just go ahead and put it back onto the base. We're done there. So now on the back office, once you close out of this screen here, you want to access the stock transfer to finalize and complete it by going to stock up the top and going to stock transfers. And you can see there is our stock transfer we've created. So if I was to double click on it there, it'll bring it up in greater detail. You can see it's once again got my branch there. I can always alter it and override that to somewhere else if I want to. I can change the date, so it's chosen today's date. I also have the ability to add a description in. If I wanted to make an internal note, I could always say transfer of Coke and the cans. It's optional. So from there, I also have the ability to either double click or use the buttons down the bottom to add, change, or delete the options there. So I can always override and adjust unit prices or the total number of units. But let's say that's it. I'm okay with that. I want to now send this to my destination branch. So I'm going to press OK to that there. And back on the main screen there, I've got it highlighted. I'm now just going to go to the bottom corner there and say complete. It does come up one final time. You can see most of the fields are grayed out. It's just wanting you to visually confirm it before you go ahead and press OK to finalize it altogether. So I press OK. And then the stock transfer now has generated this InterBranch transfer sheet, which we usually recommend you print off and physically attach it with the goods that you are sending to your destination. You can see up the top it does say InterBranch transfer. You can see it says Camberwell copy, so this is the copy intended for the recipient. But if I was to go to page down, you can see this is the copy for my store. And you've also got the details on both copies there about what items, the units, the unit costs and total costs. You can see the other copy does have received by and print name and date fields there for you to fill in. But once you're done with this, you can go ahead and close it off. You can see my transfer is now left. The final thing we recommend is to check Megalink to make sure it has actually sent to the site. So if you open up your Megalink program like so, you'll see they'll have an outgoing number of packets there. So you want to make sure that that does actually reduce eventually to 0. If you notice it hasn't sent after say a maximum of 30 minutes, I would recommend contacting Beacon support or your head office to confirm if there's any kind of issue with Megalink not transferring. Otherwise, that's the straightforward and simple nature of how you can perform a stock transfer on the PDT and the back office there. Thanks for watching our video on the Android PDT's transfer out stock transfer functionality. If you have any further questions, please feel free to email us at support@beaconsoftware.com.au.